Stories are finding faith to bounce back. My name is Osadumebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Paula Chinweokwu, and it's the concluding part of the story titled Faith. Catch up on last week's episode for the first half. Mrs. Ujunwa Akindele? She nodded. She saw him looking at her empty ring finger, which she had stroked unconsciously. His eyes lingered, so it felt almost natural to answer. Mr. Akindele, he passed away 2 years ago while he was crossing the road to buy us suya. The car didn't even stop. She stopped herself. Why was she telling this man all this? The man casually rearranged the sheaf of papers in his hands, pretending not to notice the pause. For the first time, she actually looked at him. His broad shoulders, the way he smiled, moving only the sides of his lips upwards. That knowing smile. He looked like someone you could trust. Someone who knew you would trust him. Do you believe in God, Mrs. Akindele? She leaned further into her chair, crossing her legs. Yes. Yes, I do. What about miracles? Do you believe in them? She remembers Michael. He died with his hand in her hair. She remembers her son's smile. Sometimes. Good. Faith precedes miracles. But how do you get it? What if we don't have enough? I don't understand why this is important in a job interview. She cuts in, a notch too high. Her mother would say, Uju, you are too hot-headed. A rat in a cage shouldn't be hot-headed. Relax. He soothes. This is the job interview. Listen, I'm desperate and I'll do anything legal to provide for my family. My mother already thinks I'm a failure. I don't want my son to realize this too. Just tell me what I have to do to get this job. I need you to act and pretend to be someone you're not. She snorts with laughter. When I was in secondary school, I was in a play, and everyone said I'd go places with acting. But my mom, her voice trails off, the way he is staring at her. Who do you want to be? A mad woman recently sane? A deaf woman who can now hear? A blind woman who can now see? He looks serious. You will be paid well. Able to take care of your mom, spoil your son. She considers this for a while. And where will I have to do this? In front of a congregation of believers. Suddenly, she understands what he is saying. She thought of Michael's blood on her blouse as they wheeled him away, and then her son laughing into the phone yesterday as they spoke. I really need a phone, Mommy. I'll be able to call you without disturbing my phone master. Please, Mommy, please. I miss you all the time. I've lost my husband. I've lost my job. I might lose my house. The only thing I still have is my hope. My husband believed in miracles. And just last week, I went to church and hoped he could see me cry. You're trying to tell me to fake the only reason I wake up every morning. She stands up to leave and stops to add, I will have nothing. He doesn't even try to stop her, just moves his leg aside as she walks past. She switches on the TV to drown out the sound of her mum's heavy breathing and the voices in her head. She skims through the Christian channels and settles on one, the pastor screaming at someone in a wheelchair. She thinks of her mother, immobile in the hospital bed. How long have you known? Mother, why didn't you tell me? She whispered. Ujunwa. The doctor said we caught the cancer early. He told me the cost of this surgery and I knew we couldn't afford it. What should I have done? Beg your dead father's relatives for money? They say I killed him and they will pay to see me dead. She laughs softly. The helplessness that washes over Uju buckles her joints so that she collapses quietly into a chair. The shame on her face is so volatile, it fills the air and even her mother looks away. Free indeed! Whom the Son sets free is free indeed! Free indeed! The pastor screams through the speakers and right into her thoughts. He pauses to wipe his forehead, handing his Bible to someone, and then, closing his eyes, holds out his hands to the bald woman, all the time, nodding and puckering. The woman takes them and slowly stands up. Walk! I say walk! He commands her. Be free! Be free! He screams repeatedly until soon the whole church is chanting with him. Free! 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 He lets go of the woman's hands and steadies her as she wobbles slightly. The congregation gasps. Then she begins to walk. The camera pans to a close-up of her face to display the tears streaming down her cheeks. And as goose pimples break out all over Uju's skin, she imagines a brown wig on the bald scalp and red glasses on the round face. She walks close to the TV, laughing out loud, laughing and laughing. Long after the program is over, she stands like that, peering at the screen, laughing. And then she thinks, why? That woman was a terrible actress. How do you go from sitting to walking just like that? She shuffled out of her chair. No. You walk bent over like this first, and then you fall. You fall like this. Now, the crowd gasps, but you pick yourself up and shuffle some more. When the pastor asks you to jump, you don't just start jumping. No. You cry. You shake your head sadly and cry. Why? The pastor asks you. He brings the microphone to your mouth and you speak. Just yesterday I was in a wheelchair and today I'm standing. I am scared to jump. And the people will ooh and ah, and some will even weep with you. Then the pastor comforts you and says something about people who trust in the Lord. And then you jump slightly, weeping. The pastor encourages you to go higher, and you jump, still weeping. Soon, you are jumping and weeping, snot streaming out of your nose. That tall man in the blue office will pay her more for this extra performance. To think her mother berated her for her acting skills, the same skills that will soon save them all. She is jumping and weeping as she thinks of this. Paula Chinweokwu is a pharmacist based in the United Kingdom. She is passionate about child education and is learning to balance career, personal growth, and the adventures of raising a toddler, all while trying to keep space for herself and the things she loves. You can connect with her on X at Som Okoye. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.